Hey, welcome back to Chaos Garage. I am Chaos, and today I've got a TRX-4 Sport, and I'm going to be putting in an aftermarket servo. We've already got the old one out, which was pretty easy. All we did was took out the 4 screws that mounted it. The servo arm was 1 bolt that went through the drag link down here. We took that out of the actual drag link, and the servo popped right out. So all we're going to do is put the new drag link on, the new aluminum one. Correction, steel. We're going to call it steel. We're going to put that on, put the new servo in, which I'm actually using Power HD 20K. I hear this is kind of a pretty standard go-to upgrade. See if I got some specs on this thing here somewhere. It's got like speed and power and stuff. Let's see. Will that even focus? I don't know. So at 4.8 volts, the torque is 16.5 kilograms, and the torque at 6.6 is 20. Speed is 0.18 at 4.8. And at 6.6 it's 0.16, so it's pretty quick. And if it's got the power that it says it has, this is going to be a pretty darn big servo. Pretty good upgrade. I've had good success with these Power HD servos in the past. I use them on a lot of my race buggies and such, but I've never used one for torque. So we'll see how it works on the crawler rig here. But let's get into it. Super simple install. Just remember, your output shaft goes to the driver's side. And with this Traxxas model, it's got 2 dimples here where the servo sets into. And the stock servo and the aftermarket will both accept those dimples. And we'll just take our 2.5 millimeter and set this in place. And I'm going to use the drill again, my drill driver. Just to get them close, because they are pretty long. Oops. All right, I'm just going to hand tighten them up. I am not cranking down on this. I'm just snugging them, and that's where I leave them. These screws, I have never had one back out on me, so I'm not going to kill them with torque. I don't think I'm going to worry about dealing with stripping out that plastic if I tighten it too tight. So we're going to leave it like that. Now before I put the servo horn on, you want to center your servo. And in order to do that, you need to hook up your ESC and a receiver. And I might be lucky enough to have some laying around. You can just plug it into just a basic receiver and power it with a small battery if you would like. But when I do my servo setup, I want to make sure that it is centered. So I break out a radio that's going to give me center, and I know that it's calibrated correctly when I install it. So this is my throttle. Here is my servo. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, geez. It's got a fairly thick plug there. And wouldn't you know it, I think I'm going to have to go with the 5-volt battery. Let's see if I have any power in this one. Maybe a little. All right. Okay, so now I know it's centered. I just take the splines, on the servo, put the servo horn right on top of it and slide it right down. It's real simple if you can get your monstrously old beast fingers inside of it. Get it as close to center as possible. We can trim it later. Sweet. And I'm willing to bet you that I'm not going to be able to get to that screw without taking the shocks loose, or taking the front end loose. I'm going to try to get to it that way. Small 6mm screw goes into there. I'm at a little angle, so I'm not happy with the way this is. I'm probably going to strip that screw out if I keep at it. So I probably, yeah, looks like I'm going to have to break the front end loose. We'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're back here and I got it figured out. All I did was just took the panhard loose away from the frame, and I took the upper link loose from the other side over here, and I was able to rotate the shaft, or the axle, just enough that I can get over here and screw this in. And my clutch just tightened that up, so we are back in business. I will take the screws and put everything back together, and we will be in business with this new servo. All right, so now that I've got the servo horn tightened down to the servo, all I'm going to do is put the two links back together that I took loose. Thank goodness I didn't have to tear it all apart. So I'm going to put the 23, 27mm, something like that, this big, huge one, in the upper front link. Like so. And then my panhard bar. Back in like so. Glad I didn't have to pull that whole axle off. And boy, that would have been cataclysmic. All right, that's all tightened up, mended back up, just the two quick screws. And then last but not least, we're going to hook the servo up to our servo horn. Oh boy. Looks like there's more stuff in the way. I think I got lucky on that one too. Slid right down past the center link, drag link, center link, whatever. There's names for these things, but well. Alright, so there it is. That is the upgrade for the servo, and all you do is take this and run the wire down the side of the frame into your receiver box, and you are in business. So there it is, guys. The Power HD 20K install fits right in place, no modifications. You do have to take loose a couple of things to put it in, or if you're doing it during the install, it's just a simple replace the original with the new one, and there you go. Hey, thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.